Hello everyone, my name is Anna Maria and I'm very happy to see you on my channel today. And I want to tell you about money and how much money I spend every month by living here in Chisinau, which is the capital of Moldova. Many people say that the prices are that high that it's impossible to survive, and they say that it's so hard to live, and I actually do not agree with this. I think that the prices are still fine. Yes, they do raise, there is inflation everywhere in the world, but I think the prices are fine. So I wanted to tell you a bit about myself and open up and tell you about how much I spend every single month. Okay, so let's start. Let's get into it straight away. I always track my expenses because I consider it to be very important. I track my income, my expenses. I know how much I earned every single month, how much I spent every single month, and where the money were allocated. So my general expenses per month, I can say fixed expenses, are 400 euros. So I'm going to tell you in euros, it's going to be like a rough amount, but basically it's 400 euros per month. I want to make a little disclaimer. I live in my own property and I don't have to pay rent, and also I don't have any kind of mortgage or debt. So basically I don't spend money on mortgage or on debt, but I do pay bills for my apartment. So I allocate 50 euros on bills every single month. And in summer, my bills are actually much lower. In winter, my bills are a bit higher than 50 euros, but I pay 50 euros all year around. So I build some extra money on my accounts, yes, on gas, electricity, and so on and so forth. I build that extra money. So basically in winter, I also continue paying 50 euros, but I just use the extra money, which I overpaid, yes. For example, for my internet, I have a contract, a 2-year contract for my internet, and I just paid the whole contract because I don't want to be bothered to put money on the internet. It's a small sum. I think it's less than 10 euros a month, I think, and I don't want to be bothered to spend my mental energy to put 10 euros every single month on my account to pay for the internet. So I just prepay the whole contract for internet, for example, and if I can prepay, I always prepay. But basically I spend around 50 euros a month for my bills. Food, I usually spend around 60 euros a month for food, and I can say that I eat a really good high quality food. I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and in summer, we have local markets. I have a local market not too far away from where I live, and basically I go to that market and I purchase a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit, and I have noticed that here in Moldova I eat kind of light food. I like eating homemade food. When I talk about food, I only talk about homemade food. Yes, I have a different section of going out. Around 60 euros a month, and that's quite enough for me to purchase vegetables, fruit, and to eat the quite nutritious and good meals. And yeah, I like cooking at home. I don't like spending too much time cooking, but I usually cook something which is nutritious and is quite simple as well. Transport. So basically I spend 15 euros on transport every single month. I actually have a card, a transport card. So basically every 6 months I buy a new card for public transport. That card costs 50 euros. So basically per year I spend about 100 euros for public transport, but these 15 euros are for taxes. I think I can get around 3 taxi rides in this with 15 euros. Actually, I'm actually very okay because I have public transport. Taxis aren't very expensive, and also my mom has a car, so I can ask her to give me the car for a day, for example. So she's absolutely fine to give me the car, so I don't have to spend much money on transport. So yeah, 15 euros a month on transport, but I also have my transport card. Okay, for home purchases, basically when I say home purchases, I mean any kind of detergent, any kind of, I don't know, wipes to clean the tables, any kind of sprays to clean the surfaces, and so on and so forth. So basically home purchases, I spend around 20 euros a month. Yeah, and that's more than enough for me, because if I need something, I just go and buy it, so it's not too expensive. In regards to sports, sports is very important for me, so I go to dance classes and I go to stretching classes. So yeah, I have 2 memberships, stretching and dance classes, and that would be around 75 euros a month, which I spend on my classes. So that would be 3 classes per week. Yes, 2 dance classes and 1 stretching class. So yeah, 75 euros a month I think is quite a good price, and yeah, not too bad actually in my view. I don't know, let me know if you think it's too expensive or it's not expensive at all. I don't know. In regards to beauty, so when I say beauty, I mean different kind of beauty services like manicure, pedicure, haircut at a stylist, and so on and so forth. I usually allocate 40 euros every month, and I, for example, can go and do my hair, I can get my nails done, I can buy different kind of creams, like if I need a face cream, and I have to buy expensive products because my skin is very sensitive, so I cannot buy cheap face creams, for example. But I think around 40 to 50 euros a month, I can say it's usually fine for me. Health, I usually allocate 25 euros for health. So basically that means buying different kind of medicines, maybe if I need to buy some vitamins. Sometimes I actually don't even use this money, so they pile up, and I can just, sometimes I need to spend more money on my health, so I take the money which I actually saved for my health. So it doesn't always mean that I spend all this money, but it means that I do allocate this money for my health, and I might actually not even have to spend any kind of money because luckily I'm in a good health situation. Sometimes, okay, education and clothing, that is not my fixed expenses, but we'll skip to dining out. So I usually allocate 90 euros to dine out per month, and that would include me being able to go to a few restaurants every single month, and I think that's quite fine, yeah, to spend like 90 euros a month for going out, different kind of cafes, and getting some takeaways. And extra, in regards to extra, I sometimes allocate, not sometimes, but usually I allocate like 25 euros in case I need to spend something extra. Now, I also have variable expenses. Basically, it can be somebody's birthday, so I would spend somewhere between 50 to 100 euros on their birthday present. Maybe I need to buy some clothing, so I'll allocate some money. I usually buy clothes when I go and travel abroad, but basically, I don't buy too many clothes here in Moldova, so I don't allocate much money for clothing. Education, yes, like I need to buy a course for myself, maybe I need to do different things for myself, then of course I do allocate that money for myself. But my fixed expenses are 400 euros a month, and obviously my variable expenses, which would usually be somewhere between 100 to 200 euros a month probably. So that would be me spending like 500 euros a month on average. Honestly, with this money I do have enough of everything. I go out to restaurants, I get different beauty services, I look after my health, everything is fine with me, I'm good, and I don't complain actually. So I actually have everything which I need, to be honest. And now you might say that, oh my god, Anna, you're so poor. And people in Moldova would definitely think that I'm very, very poor, that I only spend 500 euros a month. But in my view, I have everything which I need. I'm happy with everything which I need. If I need to allocate more money, I would obviously allocate more money, but all the extra money which I earn, besides the expenses, go towards investments and savings for the things which are important for me. Yes, for example, I do save a lot of money for traveling. I want to travel, I want to see the world, and honestly, it's more important for me to save some money and travel and see the world rather than going out 20 times a month and showing somebody that I can go out to an expensive restaurant. I would go and walk in the park because the weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing. Like, I look at the sky, I look at the weather outside, and it's so beautiful. So honestly, I would prefer actually to save some money and save them for my travelings. Also, I do invest my money in different kind of assets. Of course, I have my emergency fund, which is saved for in cash. And when we say cash, we can mean cash, or we can mean money in the bank, in a current account, or in a deposit account. That's also cash. And the rest of my money goes towards investing. I do invest in stock market. It's not a really popular thing here in Moldova, and as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I cannot talk about stock market with almost anyone here in Moldova, but there are a few people with whom I can talk about this. But basically, yes, my money goes towards stock market, and I also invest in my own little projects. which hopefully at some point in the future will become businesses. One of my projects is the Culture Exchange program. That's an online English school where we learn real-life English with native and international non-native English speakers. And we don't learn from the books, we actually learn things which you need in the real life. Because I learned this book English from like different kind of courses. I went to Ireland, I realized that I don't speak any kind of English, I don't understand what those people say, and I don't understand how to understand those people. So I decided that I want to create my own Culture Exchange program. And guys, you can check out the link to this program in the description to this video. Maybe you are an aspiring teacher of English and you would like to teach at our program, or maybe you want to develop your English, or you know somebody who wants to develop their English and specifically their speaking and listening skills. You can contact me on the Instagram page of the Culture Exchange program. You can see more about the speaking club and you can develop your English. And the second business which I have is basically it's a consulting and outsourcing business. In Moldova we have the IT park regulation. Basically it's a tax regime which allows companies to pay only 7% tax from their turnover. So basically they don't have to pay the whole big taxes when they hire people here in Moldova. We have some great professionals here. So basically there are people from different countries like the UK, Ireland, west of Europe, USA, where the workforce costs a lot of money and they want to outsource a part of their operations. Maybe their call centers, maybe they want to outsource like something related to software development, design, and so on and so forth. So basically they outsource here in Moldova, they open a company here in Moldova as foreign investment, and I help them, I explain to them about opening a business here in Moldova, and I help them to do the whole thing, to hire people, to find the right professionals, and to maintain their operations here in Moldova. And if you'd like me to help you, if you have a little business and if you'd like to outsource and if you'd like to save some money, especially in the current global conditions with what Trump is doing right now, you are very welcome to contact me on LinkedIn. I'll leave the link to my LinkedIn in the description to this video. You'll be able to see all my professional experience and you'll be able to contact me and we can discuss about outsourcing your business. And you might tell me that, oh Anna, but I can outsource to India or Philippines, but guys, in Moldova, people have an easier accent. So basically, if you want those people to contact with your customers, people from Moldova have a clearer accent for your customers. So basically you'll get a better quality service for your customers. Yes, because you have to maintain a certain level of services if you want your customers, your users to stay with you. Anyways, you're very welcome to get in touch with me and I'll be able to tell you more about this. But basically this is what I invest my money in assets, in traveling, in the things which are important for me, and I keep my expenses, I can say I keep them quite low because I want to invest my money into things which are really, really important for me. I live quite frugally, but not really frugally. Basically, I allow myself to enjoy my life and to enjoy myself, but at the same time, I want to save. Thank you for watching this video. Get in touch with me if you're interested in any of my businesses. Let me know how much you spend per month and where you're from, and do you actually track your income and your expenses? I would be very, very interested to know about this, and I'll be waiting for your comments and you can connect